Hey gang, it's me, Sean, and apparently that's my new catchphrase for this video of Cartoonist Breakdown. Welcome. This is essentially like an art vlog where I kind of rant and rave about whatever old man stuff is going on. Sometimes political, sometimes artistic, sometimes just thoughts on my mind. And yeah, just kind of give people an idea what goes on when you're creating stuff from an artist's point of view, like just what goes on my mind when I'm creating things or what I'm experiencing. And so like in this case, I am starting, like I've been in college for the last couple years, and one of them I just switched over to Carlow University here in sunny Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And there they try to, I guess their biggest push is to have like a well-rounded student, which is pretty cool. I like that. I'm a little old for some of that messaging because, I mean, I'm not saying I shouldn't be a well-rounded person in particular. This might sound egotistic, but I kind of already am. Like, I generally keep things open to new things now versus when I was in my 20s, kind of stuck in my ways. So it's kind of like a reverse old. So yeah. But artistically, I guess I was just one-sided. You know, it was kind of dead set and like, I know how to do comics. Comics is my craft. I can do comics. But the last couple years, again, I've been kind of drifting into like new territories of creativity. Just experimenting with new things that are not necessarily digital. I have done more tactical things like I'm trying to think. Ever since I started at Little House Big Art, it's been kind of like my push to learn new things, so to speak. So it's like doing stuff with some clay or doing stuff with melty beads. What else? Mod Podge. I've just been very crafty in the last couple years versus just being an illustrator, which is fine. I actually still enjoy doing comics, and I still enjoy, you know, reading them and drawing them. Like, but you know, the last couple years I've been wanting to do like stickers and stuff and bookmarks, and yeah, that still calls for drawing, but it's not comics, or at least not comics related. Because it used to be back in the day, if I was making a bookmark, it was going to be related to a comic I was drawing at that time, which is still fine. I like that. But now I try to get more of my messages across, like the stuff that I'm passionate about. Oop. So that being said, with this, which also, by the way, if you don't know, sorry, don't know my stage right from my stage left. Today's episode's brought to you by coffee. And that was my phone going off. I should have put that on vibrate. I don't know why I had to do like a grip voice. Like, shave. Anyways, going back to what I was just saying, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting point, at least particularly this last semester with ceramics. I've actually been really enjoying myself with that. Learning the process, and I mean, I picked up stuff from, you know, my wife and my friend who is a nice Patreon here. Hi, Elizabeth. Um, and Will, because I think Will watches these. It's her partner. Maybe. I don't know. I guess comment in the thing, whoever is listening to this, whenever you see this. Which, FYI, shout out to Little House Big Art. If you're ever in Pittsburgh and want to do some creative stuff, go there. It's nice. It's chilled. You get to be as creative as you can with whatever you want to do. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, like I've picked up stuff just either by working at Little House or hanging out with fellow potters. Not fellow potters, that means I'm a potter and I'm not a potter. Just stuff from my wife, listening to her gush, hear her gush over things. There was a hot minute where my daughter and my wife were watching Great Pottery Throwdown, and so, I would watch that with them. And so I picked up stuff throughout the years, but this semester in ceramics is probably the first time I had to use that stuff and do that stuff, or else, I get a bad grade. Which I hope I haven't. She hasn't graded my stuff yet, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of like midway through. Kind of want to know how my grade is looking. I mean, my teacher has been saying that if you're in bad trouble, like, grade wise, she would send an email, and she didn't send an email to me. So, okay, I'll give you that. Just kind of want to know if it's an A. Kind of want that A. But yeah, it's been kind of like addressing that. Like, I just is like, wow, okay. Now I got to put my knowledge that I've picked up here and there and put it together. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know before going into class. Like some of the phrases like pinch pots and slab build. And I mean, I knew wheel throwing because, it just seems like everybody I run into that does pottery is usually a wheel thrower. But yeah, it was a lot more difficult than I anticipated. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't difficult before. Like, I can definitely see like how my wife was always struggling here and there. But to actually do it was just like, I don't know what kind of word I could use. Like, it was frustrating for me because it was just like, well, one, it was like a time crunch. So it was like 2 weeks. I had to do 10 cylinders and, and make them good. And I'm like, fuck, I never thrown before. Like, I had really good fun at the slab pot, and pinch potting was just an easy. It wasn't easy, but it was just something to get my feet wet. But yeah, this was like, it was daunting. It was daunting of the assignment, and it was definitely like, maybe now, if I had to wheel throw and there wasn't like a time frame, I might actually be more enjoyed to it. But at that time, it was like, oh man, I gotta get it done. I gotta get it done. I gotta get it done. I'm counting, and I'm pretty sure my teacher didn't count all. Like, she did 9, and it seemed like I did 9 twice, and I'm like, no, I'm supposed to have 10, but I didn't fight her on it because I was like, all right, maybe I need one more, so that's fine. I'll work on that. But yeah, it was a daunting task. And I think after I was done, she was like, oh, if you want to like slab build or what was it, fuck is it, wheel throw a bowl, you can. And I'm like, I don't know about that, because I don't wanna. It was time for me to go. Yes. But other than that, everything's been pretty fun. I guess my problem so far with some of these projects have been more of a functionality. Like, I kind of dig doing the functional stuff, but I I guess maybe I'm learning the basics, or maybe it's I don't know how to express myself outside of this is a nerd thing I would like to do, or this is a functional thing that looks kind of cool, and that's fine and all. And I'm not saying that I haven't done that artistic. Ugh, pardon me. I haven't done that artistically most of my life with my comics, but I'm in a different place now mentally where I do want to talk about some of these things either through my comics, images, or whatever. But I think maybe I'm at that fan part of the stage of expressing myself artistically where I'm like, yeah, I get to make, a Sleestack lantern. That's fucking awesome. Or, I just made Ukla the Mock as a mug from Thundar the Barbarian, a fucking obscure cartoon from the 80s, you know? Which, by the way, I can't wait to see how that turned out. I really want that to turn out great. I might have to dial down my anticipation because one of the things with glazing is just you see the color, and trust me, I've explained it like 1,000 times to people that come into the studio. But sometimes, man, I need to know what that color is. Like my ape mug turned out great, but I definitely felt like I could have added like a bit more highlight in the color instead of having the next color up. It would be a little bit more like something to separate it, maybe a little bit more in between the face and the hair. But I guess I'll do that over again or something, or I don't know. I right now I'm just figuring stuff out, and I don't know what I'll do next. I mean, I did a really awesome um, Ultimate Nullifier for just for shits and giggles, but yeah, I've been really enjoying this. It's kind of fun getting out of my wheelhouse and not knowing how this stuff is going to turn, or even like anxiety of some of this stuff, how it's going to turn out. Because I'm like, transporting it to place and place, and I'm like, oh man, please don't let me like hit the brake and have everything fall apart, or what if I didn't take all the air bubbles out? And I'm like, oh shit. Stuff like that. So it's a little nerve wracking where, drawing comics, yeah, there's some pitfalls like corrupt files and stuff like that. I'm going to knock on wood. But, I don't know, maybe it's less of a threshold of not threshold, like less anxiety to it, or maybe I'm just so far along into drawing, I'm never really concerned about that stuff because I've done it for so long. I don't know. These are thoughts that run through my mind as I do this stuff, and it's interesting. I've been kind of enjoying this romp. That kind of goes hand in hand with my teaching journey of either teaching comics or teaching kids or sitting in on classrooms or other things. It's nice. I generally like it, and I like where I've been going with this. And it's kind of nice doing a thing with my wife. She always wanted me to like do some creativity with her, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's a clay thing. It's stuff. I'm pretty sure by this time I have like a video playing of me drawing, so you can't really see my face. Like, No sound effects. But yeah, that's just how it rolls. And I don't know. Maybe if I keep doing clay past this part, I express myself pretty well with painting. Don't paint much, but when I was doing my painting class last semester, it was pretty enjoyable. A little redundant, I kind of feel, but a lot of the assignments was interesting. So I don't have any qualms about that. And I generally thought to myself, with the last project, which was like or was a still life, but with three types of things of like, you know, you need realism, semi-realism, and then straight up abstract. And I thought that was good. I was like, okay. And I really liked how that extreme abstract came into play. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should try this more often and do some abstract life drawing. Or, yeah, life drawing. And it's like, I don't see why not. It'd be kind of neat. Just break stuff down into individual, or just the form of what they are. So, yeah, that's it. So, I guess I'm gonna do this one thing, and I don't know if I'll get much engagement, but I'll ask you all a question. Whoever's listening, Patreon or YouTube, if this gets picked up on YouTube. Have you all experimented with different ways of being creative? So, like, if you've done clay for most of your, creative life, do you draw? What kind of drawing, and vice versa? And what are your feelings and thoughts on it? Like, is it aggravating? Is it just part of life now? I don't know. For me, it was just always like, I draw. This is how I express myself. I express it through my drawings, either through comics or a funny gag here and there. So, alright. I'm going to leave it at that. My name is Sean Atkins. And basically, that was my cartoonist breakdown. Please follow me on all the socials, like Instagram. I think it's like Sean S Atkins at 1202. Find me on Patreon. I think it's like patreon.com/coffeecomics, something like that. And just leave a comment down below if you like that thing. I guess that's what YouTubers say. I'm not a YouTuber. But if I was, I would be like, and comment and like and subscribe and comment in the doodly doo. I've been wanting to say that for like 10 years, but I never said it. Anyways. So until then, keep drinking coffee. I don't know. I was just thinking like, oh, I need to drink my coffee before it gets cold. But keep on keeping on. Keep positive. Be positive. And keep being creative. Until then, I will catch y'all on the flip-flop on the internets. Something. I don't know. I guess I need to work on a catchphrase for the end of this video. Bye!